you see this whole Eris Loris thing though? Like
That's what we're talking about. This is like, where is your head?
No. I know.
Okay. All right. Cool. I was
No.
like, is this gonna happen
isn't like
again?
last
Where he's
week.
like-
This isn't like last
He's
week.
like, let me just. All right, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Game Wild, episode 42. So, wow, 42.
Is that including the skipped episodes, or is that like, is that including the episodes that we screwed up where it either didn't record or we skipped it for some reason? I think there was 2 of them at this point.
Yeah, there's 2 lost episodes in the world somewhere.
So technically this would be 44, or is the 42 counting the 2
no,
lost
it would be
episodes?
48. No, this would be no 44. Wow, 48.
48. Jesus.
There's a lot. We don't know how to do math here. Yeah, that means we would be at 44. Originally, we'd be at 44.
Okay.
We're at 44, and obviously when we start recording, that's when my daughter likes to make all the noise. So,
that sounds about
for those who didn't know, we've been probably talking for the last half hour, not recorded, about what's going on, and it's been fairly silent. But now that we're recording, my daughter is making a mess. So that's how everything goes in life. But anyways, and listen, we by no means say that we're the ultra super professional podcast. We both have full-time jobs. We both have difficulty recording this where our schedules meet up, where I can have a babysitter and SJW is not recording a tournament stream for Lord of the Rings card game or whatever
Lord
it's
of
called.
the Rings?
No, I'm just kidding.
There was
Legends
a Lord
of
of the Rings.
Runeterra.
There was a
It
Lord
is
of
an
the Rings
LOR
card
though. It is
Yeah.
LOR, right?
Yeah.
Legends of Runeterra. So I'm on top with that, anyways. So that's really what's going on. But hopefully we won't have too many interruptions or distractions in regards to that. So let's get rolling. So one of the first articles that we have is what brought up the question of the week. So in this question of the week, the discussion comes down to, are you worried about hackers in games or anything? So basically, multiplayer games you're currently playing, are you worried somebody's going to hack the system and cause you to not be able to play your game properly, or maybe cause distress and danger to your personal devices?
Okay, so this is interesting because I feel like a lot of the questions that we have are a lot more video game oriented usually. Where this could be more widespread, just like life in general, right? Like, are you worried about being hacked? And games, I don't know if I'm necessarily worried about hackers as much as I'm worried about cheaters. Are we considering that kind of the same category? I mean, I feel like it is kind of, because if you're cheating, then you needed to hack the game kind of in order to cheat, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess in a respect that's fair.
So I mean, I guess so. Yes, then with games, it's especially if you're trying to play ranked. Like, I play a lot of ranked of Runeterra.
Mhm.
I play a lot of ranked of League of Legends, and I play a lot of ranked of Rocket League. And it's super tilting when something ridiculous happens, like somebody disconnects or somebody just isn't doing anything the whole game and just intentionally feeds, or stuff like that. So if somebody's hacking in order to create those things and then have those things happen, then yeah, I'm definitely worried about it. As far as life, honestly, Joe, and you might find this weird, I don't really worry about my stuff getting hacked at all in life. Like, okay, so you're in agreement with that, yeah?
Yeah, and now we'll probably get hacked.
Yeah. Now that we're on a podcast that we're putting out into the stratosphere,
I mean, we have our normal protections, obviously, antivirus, stuff like that. And honestly, unless you're clicking something stupid, you should be fine. That's really what it comes down to.
And I guess I think you nailed it. I think that's kind of my idea is, okay, I know, or at least I like to think I'm not dumb. That's still up for debate. But I like to think that I'm not going to click stupid stuff. Like I get texts now and phone. I get texts with links that are like, "Hey, we approved you for this." I'm like, "No, you didn't. Delete." Like, I don't even think twice about it. And it's just a part of life now. Unfortunately, it's just like getting spam mail, right? And so I like to think that I'm not going to click on that stuff because I know better and I'm pretty technically savvy. And on top of that, something like, even like a stolen credit card, let's say, and then they try to hack your life or like your social security number. A lot of times people freak out about giving out your social security number. I don't, because there's so many things in place in our society that if you know what you're doing, you can very quickly shut that down. You know, like credit cards, I lose a credit card, I can literally go into an app and click a button and it just stops it.
Yeah.
Like, it's so easy.
The social security card thing would be pretty difficult, though. I still think even with, because that never changes. Your credit card number can change, your PIN number can change, all that stuff. But with that being said, I mean, it's coming down to this. So the reason why we had that question of the week is because one of the biggest games out on the market right now, which, by the way, if you were part of our Facebook group at Game Wild, at the Facebook Game Wild members or whatever group that we have, you could have gotten a free copy of Among Us on Steam because one day I was just bored and started to say, hey, listen, all you have to do is say you want to try to win a copy of Among Us. And one of our lucky listeners / Facebook people were lucky enough to get one because, well, he was the only one who decided that he wanted to try it. So he got it, but apparently it's becoming a bigger phenomenon. So I was right on that train by trying to give the people what they don't know they want, because right after I did that, some people on our Facebook group started playing the game and actually really like it and are kind of obsessed with it. So those people could have actually won it for free if they tried, but luckily or unluckily they didn't. So they ended up having to buy it, or maybe the mobile app, because I think Among Us mobile is free, but the Steam version was like $5, and that's why I gave it away, because it was cheap and I was bored and it was supposed to be a big game. So anyways, speaking of that, if you don't know what Among Us is, it's a game where a bunch of people, I believe up to 10 to 12 people can play at once. And 12. The idea is you're on a spaceship and one person is called the imposter. And the imposter is trying to destroy the ship and kill everyone in it. So the problem now is actually not the game being hacked in regards to cheating, but apparently it's the Eris Loris, if I'm saying that correctly, spam attack, where in chat, where most people actually are, if you are a little bit more evolved, you can do a Discord, which is what you and I did with a bunch of our friends. And we played this game on Discord, and basically everyone was quiet until someone called a meeting. Once the meeting went into play, we all turned our mics on in Discord, and we started to talk over who the imposter could be. But normally what you would do is you'd actually do it in chat. Well, what was happening is apparently they've been hacked, and this person keeps sending spam messages about their Discord and their videos and all this stuff, and saying, hey, join us and vote Trump 2020, and if you don't join us, we will go after your personal devices. So it looks like Inner Sloth is hard at work trying to put some hot fixes in place. As early as October 22nd, we are recording on the 25th. This will drop on the 26th. I don't know what they've done because I don't see anything else in regards to it. It says, I'm rolling out the server update. I'm using a faster method than I've done before, but it'll impact players more, trying to be careful, but also you might get booted. It's for the greater good at this point. Consider an emergency maintenance for ? Hours. And that was at 11:58 on 12/22 from one of the devs at Inner Sloth. So we're probably past this now, but I don't see any articles in regards to them saying the patch has been put into place, but I'm assuming it has, since it's been 4 days and they're trying to do emergency maintenance.
Did you see this whole Eris Loris thing though? Like that's
what we're talking about. This is like, where is your head?
No. I know.
All right. I was
no.
This is gonna happen
isn't
again.
Like last week. This isn't like last week.
Like, let me just, guys, if you didn't listen to last week's episode, please go back. What I'm referencing is the fact that I had said a quote from one of the articles, and then literally
said
seconds
it right
later,
after.
SJW comes out and says the same exact quote. Like,
Listen,
didn't even
it's
listen
been
to what I said.
COVID. I don't know what day it is, what year it is. Like, give me a break, all right? But no, I say Eris Lords because a lot of what you mentioned was
what the actual like
Among
video
Us
and
stuff.
stuff. I even don't even dare to touch that stuff because I don't even want to be on somebody like this radar.
So,
quite frankly,
well, I mean, I went to the YouTube page real quick. I got it up. It's just it says Eris Loris. It's got no picture for the logo or whatever. He's got 17,500 subscribers with very little videos. He or she, we don't know. All the videos are cheats. They're all literally videos of like how to get, or not all of them, but most of them, how to get cheats in certain games and stuff. And I don't know, it's just really weird. Like it's supposedly supporting Trump. Like it's this guy who took it upon, or girl who took it upon themselves to support Trump and throw a message out there saying vote for Trump, and at the same time is promoting a YouTube channel that hacks games. Like, this is one of those things that happens that leads me to believe, like, what are people thinking? Like, what does this person do? Are they just bored? Why did you think to do this? Especially now, Among Us makes sense. So as far as if you're gonna really do it right and you want to promote something, Among Us seems like the best game to hack right now because it's the most popular thing since sliced bread. This game is taking off. It's ridiculous how much popularity it's getting. I think personally it's going to die within the next year, because I don't think it's a sustainable game as far as like a competitive environment or anything is concerned. But we'll see. But I don't know, man. I personally am not involved in politics too much. We've talked about this before. So,
and
I don't get it.
It comes down to just on another note, real quick.
When is election day, by the way?
November 3rd.
Oh wow! Holy, that's like next week.
And just so you know, you can go and check out early voting is in most states. Rhode Island's early voting is available, so if you do live in Rhode Island, you can vote early.
Actually,
so check out where your town is, where you're registered, SJW, because I don't know if you're actually officially registered in that town yet.
I'm not registered for any of that.
There.
I don't even know what's voting. What I was just gonna say, because this is how much I know about voting and politics. Yeah. November 3rd is election day. When do they announce the president, the winner?
That night.
Oh, it is that night. Okay, I didn't know if it was the same day or not.
No, they usually have everything in by like.
The only time I remember seeing a president,
10 or 11 o'clock at night, usually.
The only time I remember seeing a president get elected actually was Trump, because I was at Shrine in Foxwoods partying, and then we saw it on the hotel TV. That's literally the only time I ever remember a president. That's how much I cared was I was partying instead. This because that was back when I was 25, I think. So
yeah. And now actually, funny enough, this is bleeding into gaming. So I think it's a U.S. state senator played Among Us on Twitch and had like a few 100,000 viewers.
Cortez. AOC, is that what her name is?
Yeah, I think it is AOC. Yeah.
Hey, what's the full name? Something Asaria. I'm butchering this. I have no idea. I want to say Aurelian because Aurelian Soul is a champion in League of Legends.
Yeah, and I think maybe that's possibly why this happened, because AOC has been a proponent of fighting against Trump. So for her to play this game on a stream and get over 300,000 viewers, I believe it was.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden this pro Trump spam attack happens on this game, which is the game that she was streaming, is actually very, very interesting.
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Boom.
There you go.
Got him. She looks a lot younger. What is she, like 35, 30?
So she's pushing people to vote, obviously, and did a huge streaming Among Us thing. So maybe that's why this was targeted.
That makes a lot of sense. I totally forgot about that article with her streaming.
So it's probably why it's intertwined and why this person's doing the pro-Trump stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's a good thing for them to be playing these games and trying to get people to vote.
The first thing I thought when I saw that this guy hacked Among Us and put vote for Trump in there was, oh, you mean the guy that's trying to shut down video game companies? Like, what the hell? Like, how counterintuitive can you get? Hey,
just video game companies from China.
Yeah, like, what the... Yeah, vote for Trump, gamers, even though, you know, a couple weeks ago he's trying to shut down Riot. It's fine. Nobody cares. It's cool. Oh, my God. Well...
So there you go. There's that. And let's get into some console news.
Ooh.
Xbox,
dude.
PlayStation. What do you know?
What, dude? Neither. Absolutely neither. But yeah, dude. All right, listen. When my friend posted this on Facebook, and I don't know. I think I read something about this a really long time ago, and then shunned it off. And if you guys are watching the YouTube video, you can see that Joe is holding up his Atari shirt right now. So
because it's an Atari console.
Atari is yeah, exactly right. And I think I read about this a while ago, and I saw an article, and they were like, yeah, we're thinking about releasing a console, and I was like, ha, whatever, and then just like ignored it.
Lols.
Well, I think it actually is going to come out. I think it's supposedly coming out in December. And it says, like, the title of this article that specifically was shared with me was Atari just crashed the PS5 party with a brand new console. And it's super interesting. This console does have an operating system, and you can, so I don't know, Joe, if you remember, like, PS3, you were able to actually, like, upload Windows onto PlayStation. It was really weird, but you could. And this has the ability... I don't remember that. Yeah, you could. So what you could do is you could boot it up from a hard drive. And if you plug the hard drive into the PS3, you could load Linux, you could load Windows, you could even load Mac OS X, I think. I'm not positive about Mac OS X, but I am positive about Windows. So this has the ability to do that. I think it's running off of Linux from, if I remember this article correctly. But it even says, this is in the article, interestingly though, the Atari VCS differs from standard game console in the fact that it offers a dedicated PC mode. This means that you can install a secondary operating system like Windows on a bootable external USB and use the VCS as a home computer too. So probably a pretty crappy home computer. I mean, it's, you know, generally speaking, the components of video game systems are not nearly as awesome as, you know, what we might have in a tower. But I don't know. I think that's very different. Because I don't know if that's really going to give them a competitive advantage, if you know what I mean. It's selling for $389.99. So let's before we really dive into this, that's the price point, which means it is below both of the system's higher end consoles, and it's also below, actually, yeah, because they're both 5 and 4. No, isn't the Xbox One X 300?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah,
the One S is 300, right?
Yeah.
So,
or the SX Series
whatever.
S. Yeah, whatever.
But that one, yeah.
The one you can't get anyways.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. So that one's 300, and that's where I think Atari's going to have a problem, because as long as there is a system that is named Nintendo or Xbox or PlayStation that is lower in cost than their system, I don't think there's any reason to buy this system. Now, then you go to games. I'm already concerned that, you know, Atari. I have faith that Atari can put out some cool games on the console, but how fast can they do it to actually merit being able to produce it and sell this console? I'm just kind of worried for the lifespan of this console. Is this just going to be like another freaking Sega?
Yeah, I think it's just going to be kind of one of those like systems that bring back nostalgia, and maybe they'll start to do stuff with it. But I think they're kind of saying, hey, this is a nostalgia system, but we do want to make it clear that we're going to try and do more with it. So we'll see how it goes. I'm not too like super crazed about this one, to be honest with you.
Now,
but it's a cool idea. I think they're pricing themselves out of the market, quite frankly. But if they're going to be adding new stuff that comes with it, that's going to come at launch, which doesn't sound like I can see anything, maybe then it would be worth the price point. But right now, as is, if you're a hardcore gamer and you're already investing $1,000 plus into Xbox and PlayStation, putting another $400 on the line for an Atari system doesn't seem like it's feasible at this point in time, but I could be wrong.
So, you know what I will say? Okay, I don't know if you remember one of the very first episodes we did. We talked about an Atari hotel.
Oh, yeah.
That I actually thought was odd, because if they're going for like the nostalgia approach, I think an Atari hotel that you can stay at is genius. I think that's genius.
Oh yeah, exactly. But that can cater to a bunch of different like people and where they're at and stuff like that who need to stay at places where this Atari it's just too high of a price. I think if they came out at maybe $150, $100, they'd be where they need to be for people that would be like getting it. But I just think they're outpricing themselves.
Okay, a couple things here. This is important. So I did think that the $389 price point was lower than the $400 price point, but if you actually go to the Atari's website, and this is coming out in November, by the way, so yes. There's not a specific date. It looks like the $389 is actually a special one-time offer for pre-ordering the Atari all-in bundle. All right, so hold on. There might be more to this story. Yeah, this says bundle. So what does this come with? Well, let's see. We get. Shipping technical specifications. Maybe it's in here. Okay, so what do we get here? We get a wireless controller. Looks like we get a joystick as well. That's the system. You get the system, obviously. It looks like there's an 800 and a 400. Is there two versions of the system? That seems a little weird. I don't know if there's just more RAM or something. But anyways, you get the modern controller, you get the joystick controller. So that's it.
It's right up front if you click on it. It's a special offer. Save $10 off the MSRP. So the system's actually going to be $399.
Yeah. But then I
get it right now for $389. So the system's $400. The system's $400.
Okay, yeah. The Atari VCS 800 system, classic joystick and modem modern controller. Jesus, it looks like an M. Is the all-in bundle. Okay, so you're technically getting two controllers, but really that's not much more than you're getting in a typical, purchase of a system for PlayStation. So it's the same price.
You'll be able to play old Atari games, really.
Now, it does come with 100 games, supposedly included. So there is that. So you are getting a lot of content right off the clip for it. And the other thing I wanted to bring up is the specs. So even though I feel like the other problem Atari is going to have to kind of get over the hump with is people hearing the name Atari and thinking old school and thinking that this system will never be as technically amazing as Xbox or PlayStation. Because I know personally, subconsciously, I immediately think when I hear Atari, it's just old like 8-bit graphics. So this does have an AMD Ryzen CPU, an AMD Radeon GPU, and 8 gigabytes of RAM. That is also expandable RAM. There is expandable RAM on a console. So this is very much a PC console hybrid.
So the more I read into it, you can develop new TV-based games and apps for yourself, your family, or share it with the Atari VCS community. So it's really like buying a dev kit. Almost, there's a lot to it. So it's not just a console in regards to that, and I think that's part of the reason why you can install an OS, because you can develop games on it as well. So there you go. I think that's why it is what it is. It's kind of a dev kit.
So I'm curious to see if they can carve out like a little niche for themselves. That should be pretty interesting. So we'll see. Are you gonna get one? Are you gonna get one?
No. You're not gonna I kind of allocated all my funds for PlayStation and Xbox.
I had to liquidate some cash to get a PlayStation.
I've been saving for it, so I have enough money to cover.
I still cannot find one for pre-order. I know
we've been going through it and trying to be able to do
every week, man. So. Every week. Anybody out there listening, if you want to contact me, it shitjustworks@gmail.com. Please, for the love of God, let me know if you have. At normal price, I am not paying $5,000 for a potential pre-order. I'm not doing that. I just don't talk to me if that's the case.
That's it.
Oh man.
All right. So the next article is one that you found. Twitch streamers are getting DMCA takedown notices again,
dude.
And now it begins the bloodbath. So you found this on The Verge. What's going on with people being partnered with Twitch and getting crushed?
Dude. Dude, this is so. First, I know me and you don't nearly put up as much content as some of maybe the other larger streamers.
Not on Twitch anymore, at least. I've kind of fallen off the Twitch live stream and been focusing a little bit more on YouTube myself. I do kind of want to get back into Twitch as streaming, but not as hardcore as I was in regards to it, and trying to maybe focus more on the YouTube style aspect. But
So,
I'm playing around with
well, I asked because so you didn't get any notice from them, right? That you know of.
Well, I'm not a partner, right? Or
Oh, is it
whatever.
only partners? Did it say?
Well, like it was kind of
It's
talking
both.
about more about the partners and stuff, but I'm sure I haven't because I have not really
Well,
put on it anything
actually,
in a while.
well, no, that brings up a good point. You bring up a good point with partners. So it is both affiliates and partners, technically, quote unquote. But so this has always been the thing. Let's start with this so that anybody listening understands something with copyright. Copyright, and disclaimer, I am by no means a legal assistant. I cannot provide legal advice. I don't, yeah, like all that good spiel. I don't, let me just lead with, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. All right, now that that's out of the way, yeah, and so copyright, in my research, and many people would agree, is completely gray. It makes no sense. It is such an old law. All of these copyright laws are so old, they aren't really relevant to a lot of the social media stuff that we do today, and streaming stuff and YouTube content and all that good stuff. They're outdated. And copyright laws are only as useful as the people who implement them. It's just like a contract is only as good as the paper it's written on. So the problem is we have all these laws that basically say you can't, in a nutshell, use other people's stuff that they created. You need to make original content. If you do use other people's stuff that they created, you need to change it in a way that makes it your content. And there is kind of the gray loophole. Because I can't tell, I mean, I myself, I make thumbnails for YouTube. I grab pictures online and then I modify them and edit them to what I need for the thumbnail. And nobody contacts me and sues me for using their images. Why? Because I'm making it my own. But could they? Hell yeah, they could. They could if they really want. Anybody can. Anybody can say anything about using anything. And that's kind of the issue that we're having with this DMCA. So DMCA is an organization that, and actually I always forget what it stands for.
It's the Digital Millennium
Copyrights Act. Sorry, that's what it was. So it's the act itself that was made to sort of enforce these copyright laws, right? And DMCA has been all over YouTube and Twitch and all that lately, mainly because of music. We all love ourselves some music. And music has now become quite the pain in the ass for Twitch and YouTubers alike. Joe, when you stream, do you listen to music?
I do not.
Good call.
Maybe for this. And I've been so surprised at people who do, because I find it like, one, it's distracting.
Mm-hmm.
And two, it's kind of like I do have music on my YouTube videos, but the music is all copyright free, usable for whatever. So I make sure that I have that stuff on there. But I was always surprised when people would listen to copyrighted music, and it's definitely copyrighted music. So it's so I was actually kind of surprised that people would do that, and so I don't know. It's really weird because I've always felt like this has always been a gray area with Twitch for some reason, because it seemed like what they would do is the person doing the live stream could live stream it. However, once their video went up, it was muted whenever there was something that was copyrighted. So if you're going to do that and kind of set it as the way to be, then you have to. But it seems like it's more now like, hey, you can't even do this live, which, to be honest with you, makes sense, because if you listen to the music, that's kind of like people pay to have that. Every time a radio station or a place, they pay whenever that music is
the argument, though, is that the person who's listening to it is also paying to have access to that music. So it's now theirs. But they don't own it. They're not paying to own the music. They're paying for the rights to listen to the music.
Right, but then you're taking away the right of all the other people who would have had to subscribe to that service that is listening to the music.
Yeah, they can listen to it for free.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah. And I think that's probably where the stuff comes into play a little bit there. And like I said, you're going down a rabbit hole.
Yeah, it gets stupid at that point. It just gets stupid. And yeah, like
And plus, wait, one more thing to add to that too. When you're watching a Twitch stream or anyone who's watching it, you're talking, there's things also happening, so it is kind of interrupting the music, so you're not getting the raw music. And if you are, it's like maybe 5-10 seconds, because there's always chatter, there's always video game sounds going on, so it's interrupting it, which could cause it to kind of not be in this realm.
That's the point. Like, now at that point you're modifying it, right? Because you're putting your voice in between certain, it's
right.
It's
or you're
stupid.
making it not even, able
It's
to really hear.
Like, copyright came from a good place, and now it's been twisted and just turned into this ridiculous thing. Like, so as an example, like, when I first started my YouTube channel, I thought I was so cool because growing up, my favorite song was Levels by Avicii. Rest in peace, by the way. Avicii, one of the best DJs to ever live. And I had put Levels as my intro song, as like my drop. And instantly, every single video I put up, I got like a copyright warning. Like, you can't monetize this video. Now, on YouTube, you can put up whatever you want. I could have put that up. I could put all my things with Avicii. But I would not be able to monetize the videos is the thing. I just can't make money off it. Now, streamers that are affiliates or partners automatically make money because there are ads being shown during the performance. So, by nature, like, everything that they do on that stream falls under copyright. So, anyways, I did that. And after, like, 2 of those, I'm like, forget that. I started doing all this research to copyright. And that's when I basically had a friend of mine create an intro, create an outro, and now I use that. So, it's completely original. Nobody else in the world has it. And, basically, the other issue is, even on YouTube, I've gotten a few. Like, when my channel was first monetized, I had like 4 videos instantly pop up for copyright. They're like, you can't monetize these videos. So I challenged them. And I'm like, no. Wow, my light is...
Yeah, your light's starting to flicker out like we're in a horror movie.
Yeah, I'm just going to turn it off. I'm going to have a
That's
seizure.
all
Right. So anyways, I instantly had like 4 videos get struck with copyrights. And... I challenged them all because on YouTube, and this is going to get into Twitch in a second, you have the ability to say, I think you're wrong. I want to challenge this. Now, if you challenge it and you get it wrong and it is a copyright, then you get like an axe against you, like, or like a red flag or whatever you want to call it, a strike. And all of them went through and they got taken down. Why? Because people can literally send copyrights whenever the hell they want. So my videos are still up, but these people that went and tried to file the claim against me for copyright just did it arbitrarily. Because why? Because they can. Because they literally... I didn't even check to see if that music or whatever they were saying was in it. I just filed it against it because I knew that was the case. I knew, without checking anything, that I didn't have anything in the video that anybody could say is copyright. So I just clicked the button and said, no, you're wrong. And they all came back as, yeah, they supported me. YouTube supported me. So thank you, YouTube. Twitch has none of that shit. They have none of it. They have no things in place to be able to sit there and like allow the creator or allow the person with the Twitch account not only to defend themselves, but to moderate their archive of videos. So on YouTube, you can also set a video to private. Let's say a YouTube video gets flagged for inappropriate content. Maybe there's like nudity or something, right? Okay, well, I'm going to take it out. I'm going to set it to private real quick while I figure my shit out and I get everything straight. Twitch, you can't even do that. You're stuck. It's just up there. So now what happens? You don't have the ability as a creator to protect yourself. You're just screwed. And then eventually when it gets found by Twitch, you either have to delete it or Twitch gives you, a strike or something for it.
Right.
And basically what Twitch did, so how this all came out, Rod Breslow, who is a Slasher on Twitter, is very well known for his information in the gaming realm. He shared this, and we had a lot of people. Devin Nash, who also was the previous CEO, I believe, of CLG and very big in the gaming world. He screenshot the email that he got from Twitch because he got one too. But basically, this little snippet from Rod Breslow says, "We are writing to inform you that your channel was subject to one or more of these DMC takedown notifications and that the content identified has been deleted." Oh, okay, thanks. Thanks for telling me that everything is gone. "We recognize that by deleting this content, we are not giving you the option to file a counter notification or seek a retraction from the rights holder. In consideration of this, we have processed these notifications and are issuing you a one-time warning to give you the chance to learn about copyright law and tools available to manage the content on your channel." Amazon and Twitch literally said, we're doing you a favor by deleting all of your shit and not giving you a chance to do anything. Are you freaking kidding me? Do you know how horseshit that is? Like, dude, Joe, you know business. Do you know how they literally tried spinning that in a positive light? Are you kidding me? Like, are you kidding me? I own all my content, but you're going to arbitrarily delete it all and say, we're sorry, but hey, it's okay because we're not going to ban you. We're just going to give you a warning. Like, are you serious?
Well, I would say, like, wow. But here's the thing, right? If you're the only game in town, what does it matter? And let's face it, right now, Twitch, let's face it, Twitch is the only game in town. Mixer's gone. Facebook gaming is obviously not getting the traction it needs.
Yep.
And the reason we say that is because when all of those big names left, guess where they went back to?
Yep.
Went back to Twitch.
Yep.
Okay. And with Twitch getting rid of their biggest gun at the time to get these guys back, allegedly, it shows that they're really the only streaming game situation in town.
Mm-hmm.
If any of those people were to have signed with YouTube or signed with Facebook, I think that would have gained the credibility required. Yeah. But if whatever Dr. Disrespect is doing, if he goes to YouTube, I think he's a YouTube deal now or something.
He's been doing YouTube, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so, I mean, but when people look at that, like, oh, well, that's the scraps. YouTube and Facebook got the scraps of what Twitch didn't want, right?
Basically, yeah, because Twitch
people made a choice.
Yep.
When people make a choice, they make a choice to stream on Twitch but see, so in my opinion, Twitch is acting like the monopoly it is.
Yeah, I agree.
We can do what we want. Mm-hmm. We'll put it in a positive light so we don't look like a-holes. Yep. But if you want to,
you look like more of an a-hole for trying to put it in a positive light.
If you wanna be here, you have to follow our rules, and these are our rules. Learn about copyright law. Become your own lawyer. Don't do this without educating yourself because you're a bad boy.
So there's a lot of people starting to question, though, and because there's a lot more involved with this as far as what Amazon's responsible for. So as it turns out, this all works out with the content creator being liable for the copyright, not Twitch, right? It's the actual content creator. But Twitch does need to make a good faith effort to allow the content creators on their platform to be able to avoid these things. And I think that's what some people are going after now, in that Twitch has not made a good faith effort. They literally are just deleting your shit. Yeah. That's not a good faith effort. That's not a good faith effort.
Faith effort is like, we're going to let you continue to use our platform.
yeah, right? Like, we are God here. You have been blessed. Like, real quick, Devin Nash's tweet I wanted to read real quick too. And again, this is somebody who is the CEO of an esports org, one of the bigger esports orgs, and is very involved in the esports realm. He's got tens of thousands of followers on Twitch, on Twitter and Twitch, I think. He's got 30,000 followers on Twitter. It is insane that Twitch informs partners they deleted their content and that there is more content in violation despite having no identification system to find out what it is. Their solution to DMCA is for creators to delete their life's work. This is pure, gross negligence, and this thing is going viral. It's got like 10,000 likes on it. And he tagged Twitch in the tweet. So Twitch is very aware of what is going on right now with their platform. And you brought up Dr. Disrespect. I don't know if you've been keeping up with that, but from what I've been seeing in a lot of news releases and people implying things and news things on YouTube, it is very much on the table due to yet another hint by Dr. Disrespect that Amazon or Twitch, and I say Amazon, everybody, because Amazon does own Twitch released Dr. Disrespect to free up capital. And, again, that was something that was on the table. I think a lot of people didn't want that to be the case. But, with them having signed Shroud and Ninja and a couple other big names immediately after Dr. Disrespect was released, I mean, you got to think. I'm starting to think that they held on to Dr. Disrespect possibly because they had no other option because Shroud and Ninja left and they needed a big name like that, but didn't want to because of Dr. Disrespect's past. I mean, we all know he's had some trouble. as far as like doing things.
So they
on
had
stream.
a chance to release. They had a chance to release someone who had some questionable background
Yeah.
to get some people like Ninja, who's, to my knowledge, pretty clean, kind of squeaky clean.
Yeah.
In respect to that, so I mean, like, especially versus what Dr. Disrespect has done in the past. So,
not that Dr. Disrespect is a bad guy. Like, he's just made some dumb decisions.
No, he's just made bad personal situations. Like, people do that all the time. And listen, not everyone has a clean past. I'm sure there's garbage on other people that could come up if it happens. So, I mean, it's just we're people, we're human, we make mistakes.
Somebody will find it.
Things that are somebody will find it. So, at the end of the day,
and
Twitch
that's
is the big bad here in some respects, but you know what? Until someone can build a platform that can rival them,
I really hope it
they
happens.
can do whatever they want. I mean, listen, if Microsoft can't do it,
that's a good point.
And if YouTube doesn't want to invest in it,
no, they are. They're just struggling.
But
it's
like,
just not...
I mean, it's because it is what it is. And
well, I will say, and actually speaking of Ninja, I actually retweeted this the other day too. Ninja actually, there was a guy, another fun fact on donations. Somebody was streaming, had somebody come in their chat and donate like four instances of like $500, let's say.
Yep.
And those donations ended up getting retracted. So I imagine maybe the guy's credit card didn't work or whatever. So that guy got refunded all his money. But in order to do so, there's a fee that the person being donated to has to pay, and because of the I think it was actually like $10,000 worth. So it's based off of how much was originally trying to be donated. So the person that had the donations, it was $18,000, I think. The person who had the donation sent to them and then taken back had to pay $400 out of their pocket because of this person messing with them.
Yeah, that's why there's a bunch of donation apps that you go through that you turn on that protect you from that. Yeah. Because there are some that still don't do that, but there's some that do protect. Like Streamlabs, I believe, has
I think they do, yeah. But that streamer tweeted it, and Ninja responded to it with the word fixed. And somebody then responded to Ninja's tweet and had a screenshot of that guy's stream. Ninja just donated $18,000 to this dude. Nice. So, with that said, Ninja is awesome. He's an awesome dude.
Yeah.
He does a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you people enjoy food, but I do.
I know I freaking do.
And, there's a lot of people that like to throw shade at Guy Fieri, but he's actually pretty awesing, and he does a lot of things. He's been doing a lot of you would like Guy.
Yeah,
he's like, he wears flame shirts and has frosted tips, which I'm sure you had back in.
I've never had frosted tips. No.
Really?
No,
I'm surprised. I am shocked.
No, I couldn't bring myself to do that.
You're kind of like in the middle range, though. Like if you were a teenager in the late '90s, which you weren't. But if you were, I would have assumed you would have had frosted tips at least once.
Maybe I would get on with that boy band.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So, anyways, he actually, as you know, or you might not know, he has a show called Guy's Grocery Games, and there was an episode where Ninja was a special guest star, and he was part of one of the games.
Oh, that's awesome!
Yeah,
all right,
yeah.
cool.
Him and his dad. Funny enough, him and his dad played cops in a grocery game called like Shoplift. So basically the contestants had to shoplift all the food that they were going to use to cook with.
Yep.
And if Ninja or his dad caught them, they had to put the food back.
That's awesome.
So, but it was funny. So, he does try to do other things too, but yeah, it was good. But the reason I say that is because if you follow my Facebook or Instagram or any of that stuff, you'll see that it's a food show. That's what my Ruffhouse plays with his food. That's what I call it. And then I show off stuff that I'm making and things like that.
So. That's awesome.
But anyways, so let's get into more positive stuff with the Ruffhouse deals. So, as everyone knows, this is October. And what is October? It means it's scary stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So right now on the Epic Store, there is a Halloween sale. I believe Steam also has some Halloween sales going on for some scary games. But on October 29th, there will be 2 free scary games, or one that's scary and the other that's not, being released on October 29th. The first one being Blair Witch. Inspired by the cinematic lore of Blair Witch, experience a new story-driven psychological horror game that studies your reactions to fear and stress. So that is available for free on the Epic Game Store October 29th. And now, Ghostbusters, the video game remastered, is going to be also available for free on October 29th. The beloved and critically acclaimed Ghostbusters video game is back and remastered and will be free on the Epic Game Store. So if you want to relive that game, which I believe was on the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3 originally, is for free and will be remastered. So get those games for free October 29th on the Game Store. And now I'll hand it over to SJW for the new releases.
So actually, before I get into new releases, the speaking of horror games, which actually is that Blair Witch different than the VR game that I'm about to mention?
No, I don't know. I don't know what the VR game is gonna look like, but I could be similar. Like, so for example, in that game, it's been out for a while. You have a dog that's with you, and the dog kind of helps you kind of find the witch, so you don't get caught or whatever. I don't know, but.
Well, so with that said, the Blair Witch Oculus Quest Edition is coming out on October 29th for PC VR. So just a heads up for everybody on that. But all right, so real quick though, there was this thing I saw on Snapchat, and it is the top scariest movies of all time, as shown by Science. So like they actually did BPM.
Sinister was like the scariest movie of all time.
Yeah, so Sinister was scariest movie with an average movie BPM, beats per minute, of 86. Highest spike was 131 BPM. And Insidious was second with an average of also 86 BPM, I guess a little bit below Sinister, but it had the highest jump scare at 133 BPM. So third was The Conjuring, fourth and fifth was Hereditary and Paranormal Activity. So if you guys are looking for scary movies, hit those up. And I've seen, I think, all of those by now. So
my disappointment is that a lot of the new content that's coming out on places like Disney Plus and Netflix and Amazon Prime, all their like Halloweenish stuff is coming out like at the end of this week. It's like, no,
why didn't it start in October? Yeah.
Like there's this new Simon Pegg show about like ghost hunters that's going to come out at the end of this week. I think it's October 29th, and they're dropping them all on Amazon Prime, so you'll have all the episodes to binge. But like, it's coming out on like October 30th. It's like I got 2 days to watch this.
Because then in November it seems it's weird watching scary stuff in November, because now you're trying to get into like the Christmas spirit. So now you want like nice, not scary things, not not scary things. All right, so we have some of the game releases. So apparently, and Joe added this here because this was not listed, and probably because Iridus is more of a indie game, it's a little bit smaller. Wrath of Necromancer DLC coming out for Iridus on October 26th. I'm actually glad to see that game continue to get support. I still have not played it yet, and I've watched your videos on it, and I do want to play it if I have some time. So if you guys are looking to get into Iridus, check out the YouTube of Ruffhouse Plays over here, putting up some videos.
Played through the entire more pain version, so they have different levels. So the more pain version with all the characters unlocked, which is good. So, but if you need to know how to unlock the characters, you can let me know. I'll let you know how to do that. And we have 2 new DLC minions coming out with that, and I'm probably going to do a quick like rundown of them on my YouTube channel as well. So check it out when it comes out. But that comes out October 26th, which is today, today on the recording.
When you listen to it.
Monday, October 26th is when it's planning to come out on Steam. So you can still, you wouldn't be able to pre-order it after that, so it doesn't matter. They're giving like 10% off for the pre-orders. So $14.99.
So we got Car 2 on PC and PS4 on October 27th coming out. Car 2 is a charming adventure game wrapped around a unique world-altering puzzle mechanic. Use this power to explore mysterious lands, help a quirky cast of characters, and guide Car 2 on her journey back to her family. Again, that's going to come out on October 27th. Then we got Cobra Kai, the Karate Kid saga continues. Have you watched this on Netflix, the reboot?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it's actually pretty good. A lot
of people love it. Yeah, a lot of people like it, I think. Yeah.
It's actually I was talking to Joe about it too. It's especially if you watched Karate Kid younger, this is nostalgia in a nutshell. It's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's a game coming out for PS4 and Xbox One on October 27th, and it is, I don't know, it looks like cel shaded graphics, but it's basically it's the game, but you're fighting. There's a guy in a red shirt with a bat. So good stuff. Then we got Ghost Runner for PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch on October 27th. Ghost Runner offers a unique single-player experience, fast-paced, violent combat, and an original setting that blends science fiction with post-apocalyptic themes. It tells the story of a world that has already ended and its inhabitants who fight to survive. It's first person. Looks kind of like a Overwatch type deal, but it's not. It's not like multiplayer. I think it is. It's more of a single-player game. So. Then we got Graveyard Keeper Game of Chrone DLC coming out 27th. Hammerting. Who thinks of these? Hammerting for PC.
Oh, copyright.
Yeah, yeah, great. Now our podcast is gonna get taken down. Jesus. Hammerting for PC on the 27th. It's a dwarven mining colony, you manage a dwarven mining colony in the unexplored mountains of Mara. As a war rages in the overworld, you will need to craft, explore, and fight as you provide your allies with the finest weapons and gear to assist in the war against evil. This looks actually very interesting. It looks kind of like an RTS, but also, what's that other game? What's that side scroller? I always forget the name of the game. There's no way I'm going to think of it, but it definitely looks interesting. So if you're into more of like RTS type games, I'll definitely check it out. Then we have The Legend of Heroes: Trails of Cold Steel for PS4 on the 27th. This looks like it's a RPG type deal. Actually, no, this is not. Unfortunately, the page that I brought up is not the description. So it does look like it's like an anime RPG. Honestly, when I start seeing these anime RPGs, they're all the same thing. If anybody's ever played an anime RPG, like a generic anime RPG, they're all the same thing. It's anime characters with swords, and you level up and you fight stuff. Like that's the anime RPG.
Yeah. Slap a name on it.
It's basically, or in some cases, some scantily clad women on the cover. You're good to go. Now. Agos, a game of space, the acronym for PC VR, comes out on the 28th. You explore unique star systems, scavenge resources, face the danger of space, and save humankind. So it's just straight up put on some VR goggles, head into space, and have a blast. Then we got Gibbous for Switch on the 28th. Cthulhu. That's like that scary like thing that
octopus monster.
Octopus. I was thinking octopus. Isn't
it
a lore somewhere?
No, Cthulhu's got like an octopus like face.
Maybe is that what I'm thinking of? There's one of those in Final Fantasy, I think, is a monster. Then if that's the case, it's a comedy cosmic horror adventure made in Transylvania. Oh. This is, crazy cultist, Cthulhu, a talking cat. Gibbous takes you on an expansive, traditionally animated, hand-painted adventure. Play as three protagonists and explore a lushly rendered Lovecraft-inspired world, unraveling ancient conspiracies. A comedy cosmic horror adventure made in Transylvania. Was not expecting that for that, but now this is what I mentioned to you earlier. Strobophagia rave horror. They're actually, by the time, like, now that we're on episode 42, Joe, there is literally a game for everybody. Like, now that I've gone through these game releases with you, if you can think of something that you want in a game, it's there. It's made. You can get it. This is literally a horror game based on being at a rave, which, honestly, if you're planning on going to a rave and doing certain things at a rave, I highly recommend you do not play this game before you go to the rave. Just throwing that out there. It says an occult forest rave, strange rituals, enigmatic organizers, and ancient evil, and pure psychedelic horror. I couldn't even begin how to explain that other than you're at a rave and there's scary stuff. Auto Chess is now coming out for PS4, October 29th. If you guys don't know what that is, Auto Chess Battler. It's the rave right now, what Teamfight Tactics is based off of. Esports Life Tycoon is coming out for the Switch. I think we announced that last week as well. October 29th. You basically manage an esports company. PUBG Season 9 comes out for PS4, Xbox One, and Stadia on October 29th. Undungeon Arena So in this, you become a space gladiator and battle across multiple arenas in this standalone roguelite experience set in the Undungeon universe. Is roguelite like the thing of the last 3 years? I feel like every other game is a roguelite game.
Yeah, I think it's just it's a genre that's taking over. Yeah, for sure. 100%.
Super popular now. Watch Dogs Legion is coming out. Did you ever play Watch Dogs?
Yes.
Do you like it?
It was good. This one's gonna be interesting because it's unique. Because you're gonna be able to, bring people into the fold and use them and they'll have special abilities and stuff like that. So, kind of, like you're actually building your legion.
Ah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's it's a game that I've always wanted to play. I think I actually have it downloaded for free on a hard drive for my PlayStation, but I just never got to playing it. It always interested me though.
But we had one of our Ruffhouse deals was Watch Dogs. You probably downloaded.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. It was actually for my computer. Never mind.
Watch Dogs 2, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, so maybe I'll load that up. So that comes out for PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Stadia on the 29th. Zhuan Yuan Sword 7. Hopefully I didn't butcher that. It's an ARPG rooted in Chinese history and mythology. Players take on the role of Taishi Zhao, a common reliable swordsman who is accidentally involved in a tragic fate. To protect his beloved family, he starts a journey in his chaotic realm to find the truth. It looks like a really, really pretty game, really beautiful game as far as graphics are concerned. Then we have the Dark Pictures Anthology, Little Hope, for PC, PS4, and Xbox One on the 30th. This is another scary-looking type thing. 4 college students and their teacher must escape the nightmarish apparitions that relentlessly pursue them through an impenetrable fog. I think this is one of those games where you make the decisions and stuff, as to what you want to do in the game, and it changes the outcome, among other things. It's a survival horror game, right? So then we got Pikmin 3 Deluxe, which did we talk about this last week? Pikmin 3? I could have sworn I already mentioned that. So. No. Comes out for Switch on October 30th. If you don't know what Pikmin is, get out from underneath the rock. It's been around since the GameCube. Mad Father for PC and Switch. All right. Maybe. I'll probably sound really stupid because I feel like I should know what this is. I always sound stupid. You don't have to tell me that. I know TBD is to be determined. TBC is to be
confirmed.
Okay, I like that. Yeah. Are you positive or are you just kind of guessing?
I don't know.
I think it's probably confirmed. It's probably confirmed. Because every time I see TBC on these, I'm like, why are they putting C and not D? I feel like TBD is much more well known. But I think confirmed probably makes sense. To be confirmed. So we do not know exactly when Mad Father's coming out.
To be confirmed. That's what I found. Dictionary.com as abbreviation for to be confirmed.
Okay, cool. So Mad Father, to be confirmed. You learn something new every day.
Don't ever say it on the new releases if it's not even confirmed yet.
Because it's supposed to come out in October, and we're nearing the end of October. I mean, granted, it could get pushed, especially because of COVID. I don't know.
We now have disclaimers on the weekly releases. That may not be weekly released.
There's only
if
it
comes out to be seen, there's only 1 week left in October.
Oh man! Well, this is
Halloween is on Saturday.
Classic horror adventure game for PC.
Classic SPW.
And it's like 32-bit graphics. Listen, all right, fine. We won't go over the other 2 TBCs. It's
right.
Well, I'll just come out quick.
And listen, I'll even make this as a thing. If the final 2 that he did not speak of come out, we will feature both of those games on our podcast if they come out.
And
if by October 31st these games are not playable, we let it go. But if for some reason these 2 games come out, we will go over them and give our first impressions of these 2 games that will not be named.
Okay, we won't
until that day. All right, we will name them next week, though.
Yeah. And they're probably going to get delayed.
And they're not going to be in the new release the weekly release section. They're going to be at the start of it. It's going to be the question of the week. Did the games that we did not that were TBC come out before October 31st or on October 31st? Because most likely we will be either recording. Well, it's Halloween, so chances are we probably will be recording on Sunday. To be honest with you, so we will know because Sunday is November 1st.
Yeah. So I honestly, they're gonna get delayed. There's no way they come out in October. But
he
hey,
has no faith. But
I have
and
no faith.
obviously, I have all the faith in the world that they won't be there because I'm willing to take part of our podcast to go over 2 games that probably no one will play. So, here we go.
Oh, and that's gonna do it for Game Wild.
That's
this
it,
week,
guys.
folks.
Way to end on a high note. Listen, make sure you're subscribing to our channel. Come to our Facebook group. Join our Discord. Things happen there, believe it or not. I try to tell people when pre-orders are available for the systems on our Facebook group when I find out about them. And, all other things, giveaways happen on our Facebook group. Like I said, Among Us, before it became the super popular thing it was, I gave 1 copy away to our Facebook group. So, continue to go on there because if I'm feeling generous at some point, I may give away another game and you never know when it's going to happen. So go for it, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Join our Facebook group.
Join
our Discord. Do it now.
Do it.
Don't regret it.
What are you waiting for?
No regrets.
No regrets.
So there you go, guys. Have a great rest of your week, and we will catch you next week on Game Wild.
Peace out, everybody.